another exciting session, which is a general evaluation session, which was my report. Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, right, whatever evaluation I give is basically mine, so don't ban me from the club. Just saying, be disclaimer ahead. So alright, so I'll start with the agenda. I like how the agenda is very standardized, it's very formal, I mean, it's very clear. So good job on that. But just a few things. You see, right, we don't have table topics today, so you don't have to put the best table topics column there. It's called sort of like giving false hope to people, but it's alright. Second thing with the agenda, at the back, right, you know, I was quite interested in the money figure. So whenever you see like door fee RM15, you might want to put door fee / per meeting, because what you mean is door fee per meeting is 15 ringgit. So that would make more sense. And I like, I think this is a culture here, you capitalize all the surnames of the members. So if you want to do that, might as well do for everyone, because Ruben's surname is not even here. So that's one way of doing it as well. Alright, so the invocation speaker, right? So this is just what I think for your invocation. So examples like Thomas Alva Edison failing 1,000 times, or Mahatma Gandhi saying, be the change that you want to see in the world. These are very overrated examples that you hear everywhere. So when you're given a chance to be an invocator speaker, you might want to bring in something new that we might not have heard before. This is just a suggestion, because these examples are extremely overused wherever you go. So you might not want to look at this. You might not look into this, but also, I really don't think Thomas Alva Edison failed 10,000 times. I think it was just 1,000 times, guys. Let the guy be like, rest in peace. I think he failed 1,000 times. So don't over-exaggerate a failure. Alright, so that's one thing. Alright, a quick question to anyone here. What is TI's mission? Wonderful, no one knows, right? Perfect. So if you see the agenda, one of the roles that was supposed to be done by the Toastmaster of the evening was to give the mission statement of TI. So you have this in the agenda, so might as well do it. Because TI's mission is extremely long. It means like provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which blah 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 blah. So you might want to tell this to all members. Since you already have it in the agenda, might as well just do it. And a very controversial thing that I would like to talk about. So I like how in the beginning of the meeting, everyone stood up to read a Toastmaster's promise. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not the right Toastmaster's promise. If you go to TI's website now, this promise does not hold any water. There's two promises that is not here, and there's one that is not in TI's promise as well. So these are things that you might want to look into, because what's going to happen is if you have guests who come in here and they find like, wow, this club is doing a Toastmaster promise, so they might bring this to their club. And what's going to happen is the wrong thing is going to perpetuate as well. So if you look at this promise, two things are missing. I think this is the outdated one, if I'm mistaken. If you look at the current one, the last promise says to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmaster activities. So this is missing in this promise. Another thing that's also missing is the promise that says I'll bring to bring guests to club meetings so that blah 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 blah.
We cut that out.
All right, okay. So when you want to do the Toastmasters promise, you might as well just have the updated version of it. Because to prepare all of my speech, that's no longer in the promise. So that's one thing that I wanted to add on. Apart from that, TME, I liked how you presented the history of Toastmasters International. Very well done, because instead of just saying it in a boring way that many people do, you made it interactive, so that was good. One thing that I'd like to say, when you're calling speakers or evaluators as well, use their Toastmasters title. Because this fancy titles only applies in Toastmasters meeting. You can't put this in your resume and go out and say, hey, I'm an ECB. No one's going to understand. So this is the only opportunity that we have to be called with this titles. So might want to address them with the titles. Also, yeah, when you want to introduce someone and say Vice President of Education, it's Vice President Education. The word "of" is not from the thing. So another thing, I'm going into all the improvements first, because the good news will come later, so don't stand.
Yeah, good news, right?
Yes, that's always good news, don't worry. So the agenda, I was told that you guys prepare only a limited number of agendas, right? So you might want to do like 5 extra to just pass it to everyone, since you had a lot of guests today. And this is already mentioned by some 2-3 previous Gs before. Your G report file is very limited space for us to write the evaluation. And also the way how the file is filed is like, you have the past reports, and then for us to write, and then past reports again. So you might want to look into the filing system of how you guys have done it. And then, what else do I have? Alright, okay, last thing. So this is something that you might want to take into account, which is to acknowledge your district leaders who are present in the room. So this is just a conduct of doing it, because I believe your current area director is here. So you might want to acknowledge, and because his term is also ending in 2 or 3 days, so you might want to acknowledge. And I also believe your incoming area director is also here, so you might want to acknowledge these people. So good news, yes. Basically, Sunway Toastmasters Club meetings are meetings which I will say are high quality meetings. In these days, whenever you go for a Toastmasters meeting, it's very rare for you to find a complete set of role players and you have guests coming in. So let's give a round of applause to Sunway Toastmasters Club. So I believe this was the act of the excos working together. So good job. I liked how the room is set up very professionally. I love you guys have this club members progress chart. It's really, really good. It's a very good initiative done because it shows that you care about the members' educational achievements and you want to push them. So that's very well done. And SA of the club, I've said this before to many people, if you want to be a good SA, you visit Sunway Toastmasters Club. Because this SA has too much of things to arrange actually. So like after every meeting, sometimes I visit here and I see him like maybe like for 45 minutes trying to arrange back. And in usual other clubs, you just get a SA to be the SA without even doing anything. So good job. It's your last day as SA. So let's give him a round of applause. I think you came very early to set everything up. Very well done. I would also like to congratulate, in a way, give a good thing with how you guys have displayed the word of the day around. One thing you might want to also put it right over there, because when speakers are speaking, they're looking forward. So if they see the word conviction there, they might want to use it in their speeches. So all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed this meeting. Thank you so much for having me here as your general evaluator. And now I would like to pass the floor back to the Toastmaster of the evening, Advanced Communicator Silver, Advanced Leader Bronze, Ruben.